Guess who's back? Back again. Stacy's back. Tell a friend. What's up, guys? It's Stacy, and I'm back again to do another grilling video for you today. Today, we're going to be doing one that I've recently started doing in the past year, and that is spatchcocking a chicken. Still not sure exactly how it got the name spatchcocking, because really, all we're going to do is cut the backbone out of the chicken so we can lay it flat across our smoker. The ingredients we'll be using for this video are relatively pretty simple. I've got a couple of sticks of garlic herb butter. I've got some black pepper, of course my Cajun seasoning spice rub, some Italian seasoning, and some garlic salt. And of course, our whole chicken. Now make sure your chicken is completely thawed before you begin food prep. Now the first thing you want to do is clean and wash your chicken very thoroughly. Now that our chicken's been washed and rinsed down really well, you want to try to squeeze out as much water as possible. And then what I like to do is just take paper towels, just pat it down, get it as dry as possible. Once you pat your chicken dry, it's time to go ahead and cut the backbone out. So let's get to it, baby. Now you're going to want to make sure you have a sharp, good pair of cutting scissors to cut this out with. I like to start from the head and work my way down, just right along the edge of the backbone. Voila, that's all there is to it. Spatchcock chicken. Now once you've cut the backbone out of the chicken, you should be able to lay it flat, just like this one. And that's how we're going to cook it, flat over our grill, just like that. Next thing we're going to do is start separating the skin from the meat. You don't want to cut through it, so be careful while you're doing it. Just take your time and slowly start cutting it back. I like to start from the hind end and work my way towards the front. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and just kind of coat the chicken down with it and rub it down real good. All the wings. Helps with the crispiness of the chicken when it's on the grill. And it's also going to help the seasonings that we're going to put on stick to it better and not just rub right off. Go ahead and rub it all in there good. Next, we're going to take our garlic salt and we're going to go over the skin with it, rubbing it in real good. You don't have to use a lot of garlic salt because we will be using garlic butter. Open it up, make sure you get it on the breast real good, down into the drumsticks. Now I'm going with some coarse black pepper. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to hit the chicken all over with it. Get the skin, all the meat really good. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of Italian seasoning and just give it a once over with that too. Italian seasoning just has some really good flavor with it. And finally, we're going to go with a rib rack spice rub, the Cajun seasoning. Give it a little bit of that Cajun flavor. And you can put as much of this as you want on it. I like a good bit on the chicken. I think it helps with the crust. I like my crust to be a little bit crunchier. I don't like a soft crust on any chicken or soft skin on any chicken. And finally, we're going to cut up our garlic butter to go on the chicken. I'm just using Kerrygold garlic and herb butter. You can get it pretty much at any grocery store, but it has some really good flavor. And I'm just going to cut it into some small cubes so I can get it up in there. And just start stuffing it under the skin. I like to get it around the drumsticks, the thighs, and definitely on the breast. You can use as much or as little as you want. It just depends on personal preference and taste. Push it down a little bit. I'm going to put some of this other stick on it too. Just want to make sure that every area under the skin is getting some of this garlic butter. Alright, now that our chicken's prepped, I'm going to let that sit there for a few minutes while we go fire up the smoker. Let's go. Today I'll be smoking it on my Traeger smoker. I originally bought this smoker just to take on camping trips. That's why it doesn't have the legs on it anymore. But soon after I realized how great it cooks, and I have used it a ton. I was completely against pellet grills for the longest. I felt like you had to use charcoal or wood only. There were no exceptions. And then I got one and saw how convenient and easy it is to cook and the great flavor that it packs into the meat. I'm not using any flavored pellets today. I'm just using standard wood pellets. I've set my temperature gauge up to 225, and once it reaches that, we'll go ahead and put our chicken on. I'm gonna let it sit at 225 for about an hour, and then I'm gonna take it up to 350 and finish it off. That way I can get that skin good and crusty and not dry it out by cooking it too long. Now, I didn't brine this chicken or inject it, but you absolutely can. It's just personal preference when it comes to it. I've done it both ways, but today I feel like I've got enough seasoning, and especially with the garlic butter on there, that we don't need to add anything else to it. All right, it looks like my smoker's up to temp, so let's get this baby on here. Now, before I get it on here, I will be using my meter probe. I'm just going to insert it right into the breast. You're going to want an internal temperature of at least 165. And make sure when you put it in that you don't hit any bone or anything. You really only want to get the meat. Just going to stick it right here. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and get it on the grill. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get this baby cooking. Just want to take it, lay it out. Alright, now that our chicken's on the smoker, we're going to give it about an hour, and then we're going to crank the heat up and we'll finish our cook. So now we just wait. Alright guys, we're coming up on the end of our cook here. I smoked it at 225 for 1 hour, breast side up. And then after an hour, when it got up to about 100 to 105 degrees, I flipped the chicken breast side down and cranked the heat up to 350. As you can see by our meter probe, we are right at 165. We're 164 right now. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it. I'm gonna put it in an aluminum pan and wrap it with foil and let it rest. Oh yeah. Get all the juice coming out of that baby. Ooh. Oh, it's falling apart. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it in foil. I'm going to let it rest out in the open for about 30 to 40 minutes. Alright guys, it's been about 20 to 25 minutes. We're going to go ahead and cut this chicken and see what we got going on. Look at the juice in there. Just pouring out of it. Pull our meter probe out. Oh yeah. It's falling apart. Look at there. Look at how juicy that chicken is. Pouring out of it. The skin, perfect. Take a look at that breast. Just want to really get in there to show you that juicy breast. Look at that. Super juicy. Beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to get a bite of this one. Perfect. Alright guys, you know I gotta get a bite of this. Of course, I'm going for the dark meat. That is some tender chicken. Wow. So much flavor. Well guys, that's it for tonight's cook. That is spatchcock chicken seasoned with garlic butter and Cajun. Takes about 2 hours, 20 minutes prep time, 2 hours cook time. Super easy, super juicy chicken. If you enjoyed this tonight, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to us on YouTube at Southern Smokin' Stacy, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.